What's up? You back in the day with your boys on there, and today I have some solo HP gameplay that I'm bringing you, boy, and we are gonna do a live com on this map and just talk about the MW2 petition and kind of my ideas on it and things. And for me, basically, I think the MW2 petition is going to be like a good thing overall, but I'm gonna first start off by saying I don't really know if Activision would do it because, like, one thing to note is MW2 was made by like Infinity War, like an older Infinity War that just kind of like broke up in things after all that crap happened with Activision and things. In case you guys didn't know, so they like sued Activision and then they just left. And ever since then, we haven't got a very decent game from Infinity War. Like, basically, we got an okay game, but MW2 and Call of Duty 4 was like, oh my god. And what has came up actually is that for the next Infinity War game, they brought back a original Activision person who was on like the original Infinity War team, basically, and he's back to basically I don't know. I think he's taking over the multiplayer, like, designing, I guess. So how multiplayer will play and everything, because that's like a big part of the game, and how basically competitive players will play it and other people, basically, like us. So hopefully he does a good job in designing a very equal and good game. I think they should probably take more looks at the connection, in the next game. Oh well, but like I'm actually wrong. He making a game for 2016, so they should really have time to like take a look at like the connection and things and try to get all that sorted out, because like connection is like atrocious. Maybe it's the Xbox servers, maybe it's not. I don't know who it is right about now. I just know the servers are freaking atrocious, man. They're like, oh, everybody has up and down connection in this game, I believe. Even like the pros of the best connection. You can ask Scumpy, and y'all know Scumpy is like a melter when it comes to online, and even he has like up and down games on this game. But that's why I kind of consider it the game. I'm not really for sure. It could be like a part of both. We never know. But that's one thing I'm definitely for sure that they need to like address in the next Call of Duty. But other than that, like, getting back on the topic of the MW2 petition, like, I heard that, I'm pretty sure that it has basically enough people that petition it to be marked or looked at least. I don't know if, how they did the petition thing, and if it was just like, if y'all petition it, we'll take a look at it and we'll think about the idea. But I know like they should have like reached their petition. Basically, it was only 150,000, and by the time that I had signed up, it was at 100. I couldn't even find a petition to look it back up for y'all to see if they ever got to reach it or whatnot. So you can't depend on me, the information part. Like, secondly, like, well, I think it would be like a good idea is like, even for like Activision, like business wise, it's like y'all bringing one of the best Call of Duties back. Like, everybody will buy like a remake on Xbox One, cause like, you know how you think. Like, I think I can be better than some of my friends on the older Call of Duties and things. But then at the same time, you gotta think of it like in Halo's point of view. Some other people bought the Master Chief Collection, but might not ever play it when Halo 5 comes out, because they'll want to just play the new thing and get better for the new one. So it might be entertaining for a while, and then it might sell out for a certain amount. And they just like, looking at it from a business point of view, you would really have to figure out like profit wise for making it, because it's not gonna necessarily sell like the Master Chief Collection if they just make one game, nor is it just gonna just be like everybody buys it and things like that. Cause I know plenty of people who didn't like just Affinity War games and things. I mean, you never know, man. I think that's a good idea, but some other people might not, and it's like everybody in the big offices and things, they gotta just make the right move for like Call of Duty as a general whole. But as far as like as far as like the other Call of Duties and things that could possibly make their way back, I think Call of Duty 4 is like, it's almost like no way that it might come back to me because like of how much older it is and how much like more designing they would have to be. It's like a very simple game actually compared to the other Call of Duties where the designing of it and things is like a lot more simpler and the way like you played and things. So I think if they brought that back, they would have to actually remap it almost a little bit, like as far as like gameplay wise, to keep it interesting and things. Because I don't think that many people want to play it on Xbox One with all the newer Call of Duties that we have. Like even for MW2, they might want to make MW2 and put stock in it because y'all already know, like playing without stock with an AR is like atrocious now. That stuff is like scary. We went back to that back to like not playing with stocking things on MW or Ghost actually, I mean, and y'all see how that worked out as far as like AR wise. A lot of AR players had to switch to subs, and a lot of like sub players and things, you know, they couldn't really master the ARs like they used to because they couldn't get used to the movement. So I think they would need to add stock in the game too. But then that's like making a whole newer Call of Duty, you know? So that's another reason why like Activision just might not go for it, bro, because if it all turns out like that, then it's a possibility that like freaking the like next Call of Duties and things might not sell as good as the older ones, because what we have in the older games and things, we could kind of just basically use it competitive. These games will be a lot more even with them going back and remapping the connection and making them a lot evener compared to like some of the newer Call of Duties that's gonna come out and just have brand new connection problems and this and that and newer updates to fix like the lag and things. And then plus it's a new Call of Duty released every year, and that's my last like big idea as far as like why they just might not do it. It's a new Call of Duty every year. You have to think of it as per se like if they was to release this, it would have to be a break that they would be having to do on Call of Duty, because if it's a new Call of Duty, it's basically like no point of making like older like or like an older remake and bringing it back, because chances are like 9 out of 10 if they don't release it when it's like summertime or a time where the older or the newer Call of Duty that just came out is starting to get stale, and we waiting on the older Call of Duty, it's a chance that like nobody will play it still, you know, because I'm not about to be trying to play older Call of Duties and then try to grind for the newer one. So they would have to think about release dates and things. That's why I say it's like it's something that with profiting, like you would really have to look at it. It's a lot more complicated on a bigger scale than I think we can get as far as with Activision and things. But just overall, I love the idea, but it's just like what is reasonable and the endowment, like me wise, I guess. You're talking about freaking Call of Duty who took years to do dedicated servers, like good dedicated servers, and they still not good. They just better than the last ones they had. And then you're talking about the people who freaking didn't even bring us like gun deals here until Black Ops 2 era, man. I'm like, I know they had the technology to do it, man. It couldn't have been that hard. But you know, Activision kind of got to be difficult, you know. They want to maximize profit. So, just like a business skill wise, it just might not work out. who knows? We can keep hoping, you know. It's not bad to hope, you guys. But other than that, you know, your boys on there is out. And yeah, my next vid might be a little bit over like my school schedule and things and how school is going now. Just kind of update you guys because I kind of updated you in things a while back, but I kind of want to go more in depth about like school and other things, you know. But other than that, your boys on there is out. Like, favorite, and